So in today's video, let's get a little spooky and let's delve into something called the Dybbuk box. And yes, it sounds as scary as its name, but under no circumstances open this box to see what is inside. I think we've had enough shit going on this year. We don't want that shit running around in here. But also in saying that, are these Dybbuk boxes real, or are they complete and utter bullshit? And are people just faking these for views online? Hello and welcome back, or welcome to my channel. If you don't know what's going on here, well, I'm certainly not going to be sitting here telling you to thank Beyonce after every achievement, or you might mysteriously die. But I am a horror artist and I like to draw what I talk about in these videos. Now, I like scary facts, true crimes, conspiracies, anything to do with the paranormal, and I like to draw, so I like to combine all of this into a video to hopefully bring you a unique experience. Now, if you want to support me in any way, shape or form, I do have a Redbubble store where you can buy the prints of my work there, and I also have an Etsy store, so if you are a creative person, you can make felt toys from the patterns I create. I have horror movie characters on there. I've got my own designs, so just head across there and you will see a great selection. And also I have a sponsor of this channel called Down to Ground, and they make grounding mats that you can stand on or sleep on, and it grounds you down like you are outside, and you get these wonderful ions that reduce inflammation in your body. These mats just hook straight into your electrical power socket, and it doesn't use the actual electrical side, it just uses the grounding, so you will not get electrocuted, I promise you that. I have had one on my bed for the last 4 months now, and I have always been a really shit sleeper. This thing has helped me sleep. It will take out the inflammation from your body, and you will also stop peeing so many times a night. Like, you gotta remember, inflammation is one of the biggest cancer starters in your body. Now, if you can take that out, and I recommend pairing this mat with a balanced diet, you will honestly become a better version of yourself if you do that. Because who really has time to go out and stand out in the lawn, you know, for about 15 minutes to half an hour every day? Some of us don't have that luxury, so why not sleep on something that replicates that out in the yard? It's a no-brainer. So head across to downtoground.co. I have a link down in the description below that will take you straight to the site, and you will use a code that will give you $15 off your mat. And any other purchase that you want to get from there, you will get $15 off using the code that was given to me, so I can give it to you. And if you're skeptical, don't worry, I was too. I bought this thing and thought, this ain't gonna work. But boy, was I wrong. It was a perfect fit for me and my partner. He also has really good night's sleeps on it too, and has taken a lot of pain out of his back. With that being said, let's finally get on with the video and let's get on with the drawing. To give you a little history on the Dybbuk box, the box started out as an antique wine cabinet that is allegedly haunted by a demon called a Dybbuk, as witches were banishing these evil spirits to these cabinets. A Dybbuk is a male, malicious spirit in Jewish folklore that dates back to the 16th century Europe that possesses and quote-unquote clings to a person, usually a woman, causing bad things to happen to that person or causing sexual promiscuity. These entities have a past full of sin, and due to this they walk restlessly on this earth, bouncing from host to host. It apparently leaves the body of the person it has possessed or clung to after it has accomplished its goal or after being exorcised. Trapping these Dybbuks in these boxes apparently started in the 20th century. People who are affected by these Dybbuks have unexplained hauntings, reoccurring nightmares, bruises, weird phantom smells, and unexplained pain. The Dybbuk is then trapped in the wine cabinet surrounded by sage, crystals and other trinkets that keep it in there, and then the cabinet is sealed up, usually with wax, so it cannot escape. There is apparently 10 authentic Dybbuk boxes in the world, but only 8 are accounted for. There is a lot of fakes on the market as well, and an authentic Dybbuk box should come with certified documents from a rabbi that states not to open it under any circumstance. The box started its ascent into our knowledge when a man named Kevin Mannis claimed that he purchased a Dybbuk box from a 103-year-old Holocaust survivor from Poland. He told of having so much bad luck and hauntings from the box that he sold it on eBay, and several people handled it before it landed in Jason Haxton's hands, who is the director of the Museum of Osteopathic Medicine in Kirksville, Missouri. Previous owners allegedly experienced horrific things such as strokes, bad smells of cat urine, reoccurring nightmares of an old hag, hair falling out, light bulbs bursting, coughing up blood, and welts all over their body because apparently this box was not sealed properly. Jason had displayed it and created a website called Dybbukbox.com where he got hundreds and thousands of hits, which turned the box into an internet legend. Jason went on to sell the rights to the story to a production company, which made it into a movie called The Possession in 2012. There was only one problem with this story of this Dybbuk box. It was all made up. Kevin apparently got the cabinet from a yard sale of a local attorney in Portland, Oregon, and then concocted this story of the Dybbuk box. He was also responsible for the carvings on the cabinet. So why did people get bad luck from this box at the museum? And why did so many of the previous owners claim of bad things happening to them if it was all bullshit? One of these people was American rapper Post Malone. After the second last owner sealed the box by a rabbi, he gifted it to Zach Bagans, another American museum owner and host of the TV show Ghost Adventures. Zach invited Post Malone onto his TV show and he approached the Dybbuk box. Zach apparently took the plexiglass off from around the box and touched it, while Post Malone touched Zach on the shoulder, and then this was apparently enough to transfer the curse to him. After this, for a few months, Post Malone experienced a series of bad luck events, such as his private jet blew its tire off, 3 armed robbers targeted his previous home that he no longer resided in, but they thought that he was there, and his Rolls Royce was involved in a serious car accident. Now, all of this doesn't make sense in the respect to the Dybbuk box if it is all bullshit and could just be chalked up to bad luck just snowballing, just like it does in everyone's life. Or has this box been energetically instilled with a curse from all the beliefs in it from around the world? Has the population willed a curse upon this box? Here is another story of a man named Chris Chambers who apparently bought a Dybbuk box from the dark web and opened it live on camera for his documentary type video, which can be watched on Amazon Prime, and he suffered from a series of bad events. Even though Chris has been questioned by skeptics for faking this, apparently the documentary was authenticated by paranormal experts, but no such credit was apparently mentioned. People questioned the apartment that Chris was in. It didn't seem legit or his own place, and it was too clean and staged. Well, I wouldn't open a Dybbuk box in my own home either. But the fact that the only picture in the whole place just falls predictably off the wall is a telltale sign that this could potentially be fake. Then you dig a little deeper, well actually you don't have to dig too deep, to find out that Chris Chambers is actually a character played by Joseph Mazzaferro, who is an actor and has his own production company called Maz Appeal Films Inc. So far, this so-called Dybbuk box theory about a box housing the Dybbuk spirit is seemingly underwhelming and being proven to be a complete hoax. But I wouldn't rule out people creating these that play around with black magic or demonic rituals. I do believe that certain energy can be downloaded into existence. Dybbuk boxes were a thing for YouTubers on YouTube to open on camera for views. Now, the last story that I will end on is a YouTuber called Mindseed TV, or Casey Nolan. He bought one off of eBay that was allegedly cursed by an actual witch, and Casey firstly checks the box with an EMF reader, which resulted in nothing until he put it at the bottom center part of the box, and it went off. At this stage, Casey is very skeptical, as he believes that someone has just put a device in there that is making the EMF reader go off. Then Casey used a spirit box to communicate with anything that was in there, and he got some hits that said that it wanted to be let out, and it did want to hurt people when it gets out. So Casey just decided to open the box, and he finds what looks like a piece of selenite in there with nothing else. Then, from behind him, he hears some noises, and his YouTube plaque is moving on the wall, and then all of a sudden, it just falls off. Then Casey hightails it out of there to his brother's place for the night. He made another video after the original unboxing video and went back to his studio and found scratches on the lid of the Dybbuk box, and his TV stopped working on day 2. Day 3, after opening the Dybbuk box, Casey noticed his lights were on in his house, and something seemed to be peering out from behind the curtains at him as he approached his house. He apparently turned everything off when he left. On day 4, his dog Zoe was growling at something, and her face swelled up and had to be taken to the vet. At this stage, I realised that he must have left the dog in the house when he went to his brother's, and I was actually more concerned about that than anything. I would have taken the dog with me. So the previous thing where the curtain was moving could have been his dog looking at him when he was coming home. Then Casey the next day filmed a door upstairs slowly closing right in front of him. But in one take, he debunked that he was not using fishing line or anything else, and he showed that no one was in the bathroom. On day 6, Casey heard a cabinet door slam downstairs. The guest bathroom light and studio lights were on as well when he knew he didn't turn them on. When he goes downstairs, all the kitchen cabinet doors were open and a wine glass just falls off the bench right in front of him. He then goes to leave to his brother's place again, and then Alexa just starts playing a love song. Like, I am not sure how legit this is, but I can't make a good guess on this because there is so many hoaxes out there, and I also don't know enough about Casey's channel to even make too many comments on this. But if you do know anything about these Dybbuk boxes and any legit videos, please let me know, and also let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. Like, I know that Casey does this for a living. He goes around to haunted places and buying haunted cursed objects and making content, and from past experience with these kinds of things, there is a level of faking. So yeah, I'm not too sure really what to do about these particular videos. And as for the legitimacy of Dybbuk boxes, I haven't seen any sort of proof that these things even really exist. So yeah, also let me know your thoughts on this as well. All you need to do is type into YouTube's search Dybbuk box unboxings, and you get a heap of people doing this so-called claiming that they have gotten the box from a dark web, and they're also opening it at 3 a.m. in the morning, and then weird shit just starts happening in their home, and it just seems to follow a script with each of these videos. Now, for the life of me, I can't understand why people would want to fuck around with this shit, even though they have a level of skepticism, but I do know that it is basically for views. Now, with the art that I did for this topic today, I really don't like this illustration. I especially don't like the fact that I did, like how I did the box. I really don't like how I did that. The Dybbuk that I decided to do one that is like a baby, and it's been like ripped from a Dybbuk mother, and it's like got an umbilical cord attached to it. It's just been shoved into the box, and it's been pinned into the box because it's like not alive, which is just, I don't know, that's just the thought that came to me. And yeah, it's weird, but yeah, I don't really, I don't know, I don't like how I executed this illustration. and this seems to be such a pattern at the moment. I'm just not happy with anything that I am drawing. So yeah, I'm trying to, over the Christmas break, going to deal with that and work out what I'm doing wrong and whether or not I need to hone in on certain things, or I just need to sort out what is going on in my brain at the moment for why I just am not happy with anything. But that is it from me. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, and if you do like this kind of content, like and subscribe. Dislike it, I really couldn't give two shits what you do, because any interaction that you give me goes towards the algorithm for other people to find me. And hopefully I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.